Okay, OBS is reconnected. So hopefully we don't have to restart stream.
It's
It looks like it's good.
No, I'm showing you as offline.
Yep, I'm showing you as offline.
So what do I have to do? Stop and restart or refresh? Nothing.
Let us refresh and see if that fixes it.
Yeah.
I'll double check.
Reconnect
Oh, there you
again.
go. Yep, it's up.
Yep,
Okay.
you're back up.
Okay.
It just, I think, took a little bit longer for once OBS reconnected for it to actually go through.
Sorry about that. I don't know why my computer just suddenly said no. Okay, cool. We're back.
I think my computer and your computer are just sharing a brain because mine keeps capping out, and now it stopped capping out. What the? Oh, probably because I turned all the cameras off.
That'll do it. But all right.
Well,
So yeah, I have to minimize mine. I have to keep my cameras minimized. So like I could see all of you on the stream and they're live. So I look at I could see all of you in OBS, but I can't keep Video Ninja up and any web pages. So I have to minimize the browsers or my computer's doing the same thing. And I think it's just some settings I need to fix. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. I think we're back. If we're not, refresh. Okay. Oh yes, Elios. So this
I've
group,
been approached by just small people.
yes, there's a group of small individuals. Now, several of them are halflings. One of them is a gnome. One of them is a dwarf, and they are being led by one of the halflings you have seen lingering around the camp. You have, I wouldn't say met these people, but you've been around the caravan for over a month too, so you recognize most of them. The one leading them is Longnose.
Okay.
So he basically like storms right up to you.
Hello.
Don't give me that. Where are you from? Who's your family? We've been watching you.
I'm from a long way away. I'm not from this area.
What area?
I'm from a different coast. Not this one. Like, way way over that way. And I'll point hold on, let me do a compass real quick. He'll point east.
You're gonna point to the east.
Yeah, the opposite direction of the ocean.
So you literally just pointed towards Dragonspear Castle. Great.
From way far that way.
So they kind of like follow your finger and look, and then like look back at you. They look at each other for a minute and say, "Where? It has a name."
I never learned the name of the area. It was not told to me.
You don't know where you. Will you? Do you know your family? Do you know your family name? So what's your family name?
Oh, my name is Elios.
What's the rest of it?
What do you mean the rest of it?
Like, well, your family shares it. Who are you? I told you he's not one of us. One of the gnomes like, speak for yourself. I'm just here to find. I'm just curious.
When you just have to know what's going on.
Give me a second.
I don't know what it is that you're asking me for.
I do. Okay, so this is Nyrite, and he like points to one. He actually points over to somebody. He says, "He has a family name. His family, all his brothers, sisters, dads, you know, they go by a shared name, and that's Vertha. So, what do your brothers and sisters go by? What's your clan name, your family name?
Well, my brother goes by Talon and my sister goes by Claudia.
That's there's something wrong with you. He kind of like puts his belly towards you and like pokes you in the chest a little bit while he's talking.
As soon as he comes closer to me, I'm going to spend sorcery points to activate subtle spell, which makes it so I can cast alter self without verbal or material component or somatic component, so I don't have to do anything. The spell just kind of happens.
Okay. So as soon as he gets closer to you and like goes to poke you in the chest, you cast alter self, right?
Yes, but he
Okay.
doesn't hear it, and I don't have to do any movement.
Right, but you still change.
Yes, I change underneath all the layers of clothes I'm wearing now.
Right, but like I'm guessing like this is all visible, right? Like here up, like your eyes.
Yes, just my eyes would be visible.
Okay, so they even under your layers of clothing, there will be some changes that he might notice. Lucky for you, he doesn't. So
Great.
he will poke at your chest and be like, "You're not one of us. Like, look at your feet. Why do you hide your feet? What's wrong with your feet? Take off your boots."
My mom said that I have to keep my shoes on because people wear shoes.
Were you raised by savages? The
No,
dwarf
do
kind of
not
like looks.
badmouth my mom. I will. She's a nice lady, and I will slap you. Don't badmouth my mom.
Well, I'm gonna say your mom didn't raise you right. Look, you wearing shoes.
I'm gonna reach out and very lightly slap him on the arm.
It's like you just like that's it.
Stop it.
You stop. He's
That's
like
a warning shot, buddy.
Don't
so,
talk about my mom.
So like you
That's very mild, considered the fact that he slapped the living F out of a dude twice with
I know.
shocking grasp.
So you like slap him on the arm. And he like when you first raise your hand, he'll like jump a little bit, and you're just like, eh. He's like, what? No. All right. I tried to be nice. I need to see your feet. There's something wrong with you, and I want to know what it is. Grab him, boys.
I immediately raise my hands and start like I guess channeling shocking grasp, so my hands are now zappy.
This guy's a pervert. Sorry. It got held by the bot too. All right, so you raise your hands and start channeling shocking grasp, right? Is that that's what you're going to do? Is that visible?
Yeah, that's visible.
Okay, so
Me.
You start sparking, and they're going like they like reach to grab you, and you start sparking. Roz and Vero, you two have like the highest perception. So you two may notice like some sparks of light coming out from off to the road, like the woods and by the side of the road. Okay, so roll me perception checks. Let's see if you actually notice something going on. Elios, roll me an intimidation check. Roz and Vero, nothing. Yeah, like so you're so intent in what you're doing that you don't even see the little sparks of light. It's daytime, so it's not really bright. Elios, you start like sparking off electricity and like you don't touch me. And the two guys that are getting ready to grab you will pause and look back at Long Nose. Long Nose like he's some kind of I'm telling you, he's not right. He's not right. And they start backing away from you. I'll see those feet. What do you want to do?
Something's afoot here.
I'm gonna very slowly and cautiously, while keeping my hands up and still sparky, I'm gonna walk backwards into like closer to the wagons and then run to Vero as fast as I can.
Okay, so you head over to Vero, who is probably meditating, exercising, or drinking tea.
I'm just gonna
Why not all
quietly sit
three?
down.
Right? He's doing all three. He's like,
I'm meditating while waiting for my tea, and I'm balancing on something.
okay. So
That sounds about right.
So you run over to him and you see him. He's doing his meditation things, balancing while the tea is cooking. You come running over. Are you still sparking? Are you screaming or saying anything?
No, once I'm within, once I can see Vero, I put my hands down and I'm just sprinting to him. And then once I get there, I like skid to a stop and I'll just sit quietly because I know I've learned from being around Vero that you just kind of he sits quietly, so I've learned to sit quietly.
Okay. So you come skid into a stop and sit down. Right in the middle of everything. Ginny, you would notice this happen. Like you would notice him come running in, skidding to a stop, and then just sitting down quietly.
I'm gonna look at him and raise an eyebrow and be like, "Is there something we should know?"
It can wait.
Can it though? Should it?
Warning, you're in danger.
You're in danger.
I'm trying to think if Elios knows the word accosted. I don't think he does.
They were chasing me.
They wanted to see my feet.
I was almost grabbed by halflings. I'll like look around to see if I can see any of them.
You look around, you see a couple of them. They're still like in a little group, and they're just like talking to others and pointing back in your direction.
Oh yeah, they always point at them. Be like, those guys, they tried to grab me.
Did they say why?
Something about me not being right.
Oh, for heaven's sake! And I'm gonna grab my my quarterstaff and march over there.
Where was your quarterstaff before you went to grab for it?
Probably by the door of the tent where we were sleeping.
All right. So
On the inside.
you go to find like grab for your staff, and it's not there.
Oh no.
Do you want to borrow my staff?
No, I'm just gonna grab my warhammer because that'll be scarier.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Well, I mean, they're about
This
to
is
F
your
around
fault.
and find out.
I mean, it's still bludgeoning
Someone
damage.
took her staff.
So
Okay.
I will deal with the quarterstaff issue after I've dealt with the halfling issue.
All right.
You
So
accelerated it by taking the
so
quarterstaff.
you look around
Like,
for a second, and you're like, "Fine," and you pick up your hammer and march out of the tent. Elios is trying to give you his staff, and Vero, you hear all this going on. Like you're in your meditation, but you can still hear what's going on because they're like right in front of you.
I will stop meditating and I will be like, all right, let's go see what they want. Especially if I realize that if Ginny is walking over there.
Oh, Jenny looks like she's heading right towards them. I think, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So
My pace would be a little bit more nonchalant than hers, I'm assuming, but
Just in general, probably, yeah.
yeah, but I'll just be like, come on, Elias, let's go see what it is that they're actually wanted.
All right.
I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna hide behind Vero's leg the whole time.
Okay, so you two are following. Well, you two are following. Elios is hiding behind your leg. Roz, you're sitting up there making arrows, and you kind of notice this little
Yeah,
march
he'll
going
just-
down.
He'll just look. And he's not going to get involved.
Okay. All right, so Jenny, you head over to the group, and as you approach, they kind of look at you, but they're looking past you to Elios. A couple of them you could see get defensive, like they back up a little bit. There are some guards there with them, and the guards are like looking up at you, shaking their heads. Like I don't understand something about feet.
Well, I need to have a conversation with that fella right there and all y'all who seem to have a problem with my friend Elios. If you have a problem with him, you have a problem with me.
No, we have a problem. No, we don't have a problem with you. Him. He's wearing boots. Like,
I'm
don't.
wearing boots. What is your point?
You are not a halfling.
You are correct.
He is a halfling.
Uh-huh.
Isn't he?
Yes. If you have a problem with him, just leave him alone.
Why?
He wasn't raised the way you guys were raised.
But
And if you guys want to start something with him, he's under my protection. So do you want to pick a fight with me?
so the
You want
guards.
to take off my boots?
So the guards are the. So the guards are just there as like off, like, you know, if you call the cops. So the guards are just kind of like impartial. They're just looking at this whole thing go on, just making sure it doesn't get like violent. The dwarf will actually say, "Well, I guess that's that." He says, and he'll head back towards his thing. The gnome will go, "So are we taking her? Are we taking her boots off?" And the other half is like, "Mm-mm." So they're kind of defeated. But Longnose is like, "I'm telling you, there's something wrong with him. Look at him. My whole life, I've never seen a halfling wear shoes." Ginny is proficient in mom. she has advantage. So,
I'm just going to look at him and be like, look, I understand that it really bothers you that he's wearing shoes, but open your mind a bit and realize it's a big, wide world, and not everyone does the things that you do.
but that's why halflings are like that's why we are what we are because
you don't wear shoes.
We're consistent.
Halflings are way more than just beings who don't wear shoes.
No, we have good feet.
That's fantastic.
Maybe he's
Does
protecting
every
his good
single
feet.
halfling, everyone, everywhere have good feet? Is it possible that a halfling somewhere does not have good feet?
No, that's impossible. But and while he's talking to you, you can see that he's intimidated and backing down from you, but he's still trying to weakly make his case of why he wants to see Elio's feet.
I'm gonna kind of like slouch down and get like eye to eye with him and be like, I understand that you have a problem with him wearing shoes, but not everyone is the same. People have differences, so please let it go.
So while you're talking to him and he's struggling with his answer, a hand like reaches on his shoulder and like tugs him. And it's the other halfling. It's like, it's not working long, Lowe's. Like, let it go. There's something wrong with him. This episode, let me see your feet.
Let's see what's afoot in this episode.
Yes.
Hey, there we go.
Now, I do have a question, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna ask it. All of you took means to like kind of, well, not all of you. Some of you took means in disguising yourselves. So, Songbird wore a beard, Jania cut her hair, Roz dyed his fur. Vero, you didn't do any of that.
I think I wore more common-looking clothes than what my normal monk stuff is, but still loose-fitting common clothing.
Okay. Now,
you look less monkish.
Right. And Songbird, you had a beard for a while, but you didn't really change much.
She dyed her hair, I thought.
Did she dye her hair?
Thought she did.
I thought you dyed your hair.
I dyed and cut my hair, but I'm pretty sure Songbird dyed her hair too.
Did you dye your hair too?
You don't remember?
I don't know. I don't. That's why I'm asking. I know you all. Like I said, I know some of you took means. I just don't remember what they all were.
Mine was very minimal.
Yours was almost non-existent. You went blonde?
I went blonde.
Oh, yeah. No.
I sent you. Hold on one second.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I believe you. I just was asking because I couldn't remember.
I
okay.
remember that.
So, And then Elias, you don't have to because you weren't there for the whole thing. While this whole thing is going on, though, Jania, you basically they start to walk away and everything. Now, because of the position, you have walked over pretty much in line where the cultist wagons are. And while you're standing there, having this conversation, you kind of stand back up and watch as they walk away, and you notice one of the cultists is looking past you and like drops a basket that they were carrying. Just like it hits the ground and everything kind of falls out, and they're wide-eyed looking past you towards Vero.
Oh, goody. I'm going to nonchalantly, like, pretend like I didn't see that, so I don't draw attention to myself in regards to this cultist. And as I'm walking past Vero, I'm going to say, don't make a scene, turn around, and come with me.
If you want to live.
Come with me if
Okay.
you want to live.
I'll just look down at Elios and be like, I guess it's time for some tea.
I do like tea.
So she is a copper-haired, like little crop top cut. She is wearing like a cloak and everything, and she was carrying a basket of like food, and she is just staring past, like just watching. And as you walk away and turn, you kind of like take one glance back again, and she's just like looking around, like not sure what to do.
Okay. Would we pass the cart that Roz is on
Yes.
on our way back to the tent?
Yes, because you passed it on the way up.
Okay. Oh, that's right. So I'm gonna get Roz's
Hero's
attention.
going in time now. That's all I could think of. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell Elios and Vero to go back to the tent and don't leave because I think he's been recognized. And then I'm gonna basically hop up on top of the cart that Roz is on. Roz, I think our cover's been blown. At least I think Vero's cover's been blown.
Well, we must discuss this later. Ross has a feeling the cultists are going to be departing very shortly. And how are we going to handle it?
That's an excellent question. Do you have any ideas? I'm sure you do. Do you have any ideas?
You're going to get the big toothy grin from Roz.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Why do I
Do
get the
not
feeling you're going to
underestimate Roz.
tell me that you want to go off by yourself?
We will discuss this tonight at the, what is it called? The alcohol place.
Oh, the tavern?
Yes, the traveling tavern, yes.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, Roz will keep eye on the cultist and see what transpires between this interaction that just took place.
Okay. And I'm going to describe the lady that...
You could see her from where you're at.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to very discreetly kind of point her out so that I, once again, don't want to draw attention. Don't look. But she's right over there.
That one. Which one?
Don't look. That one. I told
Okay.
you not to look.
So, while you kind of like direct him over there, you notice that she is younger than most of the cultist wagoneers that you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
She's maybe in her teens. She doesn't like immediate. She doesn't look sinister. She actually has a very innocent face. Like if you wouldn't pick her out to be like, oh, that's a cultist. You know, she doesn't have that look, which is probably more concerning. But she her interactions with them is she's seems like she's kind of separated and standoffish from them. She's not like she didn't just run up to one and be like. She's just kind of lingering around them as she like picks up her stuff and then heads back into the wagon, places it down, kind of wanders over to take care of the horses, all the time looking back in the direction Vera went.
Okay. As I'm watching her, I'm gonna notice that she's kind of looking a little, looking around and watching where Vera went. So I'm gonna nonchalantly, again, just sort of stroll in that direction and accidentally bump into her and say, "You look concerned. Is something bothering you?"
As soon as you ask that, she will frown at you. She's like, I don't. If it did, I wouldn't talk to you.
All right, you just seem distracted. I was just curious.
Um, you should take your curiosity elsewhere.
Have a good day. I'm gonna walk away because yeah, she's not talking to me.
So yeah, she
Damn.
and after that interaction, she kind of goes back to like normal, just going about her thing. But every now and then, Roz, you will notice she'll look back towards where Vera went. She didn't really pay you any mind, Jania. Like
Excellent.
the way they acted with everybody, she acted the way all of the cultists have been acting with everybody in the caravan. Yes, you're traveling together, but leave us alone. That kind of, So she immediately went to that when you tried to talk to her.
All right. All right, so I'm going to go to the tent and just kind of go into deeper detail about how Vero may have been uncovered, since he didn't go to a great length to change his appearance at all.
Okay.
I cut my hair, man.
Why
I'm
are
a
you
monk, not a
hiding?
spy.
Just gonna
Oh,
shake my
something we
head
do have in common with them.
and then try to figure out exactly what the hell happened to my quarterstaff.
um. Okay. So how are you gonna go about that? The three of you are in your tent together. Vero is kind of like, eh. So
It's
Jenny,
amazingly not my problem.
right? He's like, I don't
I
understand.
I changed my clothes.
He is completely unbothered.
He doesn't seem to be. I know. Okay. So while that's
If he was
going on,
bothered, I would be bothered.
yeah.
Still more curious on how they recognized me. I mean, I was a prisoner. I wasn't anything else, though.
As a
I don't think I was ever
I'm
I don't
not
think I was
there.
ever I don't think I was ever visibly a combatant in that camp. Like, I never fought anyone in the camp.
Yeah, they ran.
So, I mean, I would have been an escaped prisoner at best.
Okay.
So I don't know how the person recognized me. I don't know. Did I see and recognize them? I doubt it.
I don't think you even noticed them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're busy watching Ginia and making sure nobody like approached or touched her. So this person was in the background. So I don't think you even saw them.
I'm used to going unnoticed, so it's confusing to me that people would be,
I know.
People don't notice me. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But what do you mean your staff's gone?
It was right here by the door of the tent, and it's gone now.
how are you supposed to train without a staff?
That's an excellent question. The bigger question is, who took it?
Well, who would take you? Why would someone want to take your staff? See, this is why we don't. Why did you need a fancy staff?
Oh,
I'm
you're
more
in
concerned as to why
danger.
they would want my staff. Like, yeah, it was a beautiful staff. However, there are artisans all over the countryside that could make something very similar. So why would they steal my particular staff? Not even the
Oh, it
point.
seems
I
odd
need to
that.
find out who, because I would like to have it back.
I mean, luckily we're in a caravan, so there's not a lot of people. That kind of narrows down the people.
Indeed, it does. But you don't need to be drawing attention to yourself by going out and helping me find it. So you and Elios need to stay here and drink your tea.
Would you like to borrow my staff until you find yours? I don't use it that much.
No, I appreciate it, but I would really like to have my staff since I've trained with it and I'm comfortable with the
Is
length
it
and the weight of it.
isn't your staff only like 4 feet tall, dude?
I don't know.
It's not a full size staff. It's your sized. Okay.
I think he would still offer it.
I think he would still
Yeah,
offer
he
it.
would.
He
I think
absolutely
he
would
would.
still offer it.
Which, like, my staff would probably be a little bit longer than her staff if it would be like to size. Mine would be slightly longer than hers.
Yeah. So. All
But
right.
okay, yeah, we can. I have no issue having tea. Do you have an issue having tea, Elios?
No, I've come to quite like tea.
Right. Well, good luck finding your staff. Let us know if you need help.
And if
Thank
you
you.
find it but it's damaged, I can fix it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay. So you're gonna head out, going to look for stuff. Roz, you're sitting on top of the wagon, still paying attention to stuff.
Yeah,
And I'm guessing.
without notice, without being too
Right.
blatant about it. His ears are doing most of the picking up of things. Yeah.
Okay. So they're far enough away that you can't really hear their conversations of the hustle and bustle of the caravan. Um, but she's going about her business, and eventually she will. The caravan will move. She'll mount up, but whenever the caravan stops, she will glance continually back towards the back, and there's suspicion in her look. After a few days of this nonsense going on, she will, you will catch her dropping back in the procession, trying to get a look at Vero while he's walking around with his caravan. Okay? But before that happens, Ginia is going to search for her staff. So Ginia, where are you headed?
I have forgotten the guy's name that offered to buy it from me.
I forgot his name too. Hold on.
Douche canoe.
His name was not Douche Canoe.
Dillweed.
Jesus Christ. It wasn't Dillweed either. Jesus.
It is now.
Are we sure? And by the way, take a look real quick.
I saw it. I looked up.
This would be Songbird.
Okay.
Okay.
Now that I know that you were blonde this whole time, I feel like what's his face has probably been making blonde jokes about you the whole time. Whenever you do something, that
You
he
know,
doesn't-
I feel like he
Mm.
and
would.
you only did this to yourself.
Mm.
Growl.
I don't remember what we named him. I know he made the offer, but I don't remember what we named him.
Dillweed.
Okay. No.
It wasn't Dastardly. It was the other one, right?
No, wasn't that. Was it him?
No, because I wouldn't have even talked to Dastardly.
Yeah, no, Dastardly he's a jerk. but he didn't offer to buy it. It was somebody else. Well, all right, we'll call him Dill for now, because I can't remember his name. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video. All right, so you're going to him?
Well, it's because he had a deal for you, and
So bad, so bad.
So on par. I would expect no less.
This is true. All right, so you go to see him.
I'm going to kind of go spy and see if I can see my staff among his things, or see if he's got it.
All right. First, I need you to probably roll a stealth check.
roll for don't be suspicious.
Don't be
Don't.
suspicious.
Now that rolled. Oh, armor penalty. Yes. Okay. So you
Oh.
kind of blending in with the caravan. You know, everybody's sitting still. So you kind of like walk over and are taking a look. How close are you gonna try to get? He doesn't have it in his hand, and he is actually he's talking to somebody, and he appears like he's in a very good mood.
I bet he is.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna get super close because I don't want to draw attention to myself, because I kind of want to, like, not like get into his tent or his cart or whatever, but kind of see if I can catch a glimpse of it.
So he has a setup much like yours. He has a small little, like a two-person tent, but higher. You know, so like you can walk into it, but you have to crouch down. He has a tent kind of like that, and he has it. It is also pitched, and you know he has a. He didn't have a covered wagon, but he had. Like there was a storage space to his wagon. It was like a hardtop wagon, but it wasn't like one that you can walk into. Like you have to open it up and pull stuff out of it.
Okay.
So, but he does have a tent over there, and he is outside talking to. You think it's his driver, and they're just having a lovely little conversation. The driver's like nodding and shaking his head, and at one point he laughs and he hands him like a couple small little pouch.
Okay. I'm gonna go kind of lean up against the wagon and, you know, sort of stand there nonchalantly waiting for him to notice that I'm standing there.
So at that point, you'll see that he will look up at you, and the driver will also look over in your direction, smile, give him a little bow, and turn and walk away. He was like, "Ah, you're here. Come to revisit my offer?"
Funny you should say something.
Oh my god.
Oh?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Stupid goblin.
Yeah, my quarterstaff seems to have come up missing.
Heavens, no. I mean, that's a shame. I was willing to pay the top coin for it.
Looks like you gave your driver something.
Oh, well, he's been doing such an excellent job, I felt like he deserved a little bonus.
Oh, really? So he gets a bonus the exact same day that my quarterstaff goes missing? That's fascinating.
A coincidence, I do admit.
There is no such thing as a coincidence.
What? Okay. I'm not sure what
And
you
I'm
mean.
just gonna kind of be fiddling with the handle of my warhammer, slightly menacingly.
He seems oblivious to that.
Is he related to Vero?
Maybe. Listen, you Vera wannabe, give me my staff. So he kind of goes about his business, and he like walks around you into like more towards his camp, and he places himself between you and his tent. He says, "Well, I mean, if you no longer have the object of my desire, I see no reason for us to continue talking."
So you wouldn't mind if I took a look in your tent,
I most
since you don't have it.
I most
I mean,
certainly
because if you
would.
have nothing to hide, then you would have no reason to not let me at least take a look around. I
Well,
could go have a conversation with Karen.
well, fine. Go get Karen then.
I feel like you should go get Karen because the minute I leave, if my staff is in your tent, you're going to put it somewhere else.
Again, these accusations are preposterous. Preposterous, I tell you.
Are they, though?
Yes.
I feel like they're not. I don't trust you.
Well, that's
Why don't you have your driver go get Karen?
that's
Since he does such a phenomenal job.
that is a wonderful idea. Lay, go get the dwarf, please. And he late kind of looks and goes, okay, and like heads off in that direction. This is I'm insulted.
If I'm wrong, I'll apologize later.
Okay, so a little while you'll wait there, standing, looking at each other, and he's kind of fidgeting, and you notice he's sweating just a little bit. He says, really, you should seek this elsewhere. Perhaps if you find it, I mean, I can compensate you for your troubles. Eventually, you hear a familiar voice going, "What's the meaning of this now? Like, it's getting late. Like, what do you want?"
Karen, I am so sorry to bother you. My quarterstaff has come up missing, and this gentleman had offered to buy it from me, but he's acting very suspicious. And I feel like he's hiding it.
Oh,
And I would like for someone to look in his tent.
Do you have?
He won't let me in there?
Oh,
Go ahead.
well, I mean, it is his private. Do you have the staff? He's like, absolutely not, Karen. This is absurd. He's well, do you have any proof that he took your staff?
I don't. However, as I was walking up, he was suspiciously giving his driver a purse full of coin on the same day that my staff came up missing.
I already explained that. That was a bonus to my driver for doing such a good job, and since we are more than past the halfway point, I thought it was deserved. Karen will look over.
I'm really hoping that Karen remembers that I took up for her several times against people.
So Karen will look over to the driver. Is that true? The driver goes, uh-huh. Okay. She like looks over at you. She's like, I can't force a search on everyone here. What if it's not him? Where does it stop? I need proof. It's your word against his.
That's right. And he's the only person that I would think of to search because he's the only person that showed any interest in my quarterstaff. If he doesn't have it, I'll let it go, Karen.
Let her check the tent. And he's like, indeed, I will not. This is an affront to my sense of honor.
If you had nothing to hide, you wouldn't be so offended.
That is not true. False accusations. Preposterous claims. Karen, I will not abide by this. And she's like, yeah. Go. I'll check the tent. He's like, no. This is my personal property and I will not have it subjected to searches.
Like I said, if you had nothing to hide, this whole thing would be dropped. If the tent gets checked and there's nothing there, it's over with. And it proves that you have nothing to hide.
So Karen will speak up and say, Dill, let her check the tent, or let me check the tent, and we can get on about our business. He's like, if you do this, none of my freighters will use your services again. I swear to it. So he's using his money and influence, and you're using like your honor, and you could see that she's stuck. Like she's just like looking back and forth between the two. She's just, why can't anything ever be easy? Jenny, roll me in a persuasion check.
Of course, it jumps out of the damn box.
Of course. It never works when it wants to.
Yeah, and it was a 16.
So she looks at you, she looks at him, she scowls at him, and she looks at you, she says, I'm sorry, without a witness, I can't force him to let us in there.
Karen, if he's stealing from me, then he could potentially be stealing from other people in the caravan. Do you really want to be responsible for knowing that he has potentially stolen in the past? If he's done it before, if it's proven now, then you don't know if he'll do it again in the future.
I
It would ease your mind in the long run to know whether or not he's responsible for this.
And if you're wrong?
If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. I will make a big deal of an apology at the tavern tonight.
But it won't fix our business. Our reputation will be lost, and Dill.
Your reputation for making sure that someone isn't a thief in your caravan?
Well, you're...
For someone who has fought for the safety and wellness of people in the caravan?
I understand what you're saying, but it's staff. People don't want their stuff rifled through, and if we have a reputation...
I didn't want my stuff rifled through.
I understand.
And he's the only person that has shown any interest in my staff.
But you don't...
Karen, please.
You didn't see him do it. And while you're talking to her, he's going on the same way. He's like, nope, she didn't see it. I didn't touch anything. I'm being falsely accused. This will not stand. I will make sure like everyone in the guild knows. Like he's going on saying the same things. So it's going
I'm going to
back...
look at him and say, everybody in this caravan is now going to doubt whether you stole it or not unless you let me look in your tent and prove that you didn't.
I am a merchant of renown. Nobody would suspect me of such a thing.
Really? That rumors start small and get real big. And everybody will wonder if you actually stole it. If you don't let me look. Because if you have nothing to hide, you would let me look. Or let Karen look.
I've been here this whole time. I mean, ask my driver. Driver just
the
nods.
driver you're paying?
Oh.
The person that is on your payroll would speak for you?
Well,
that wouldn't surprise me a bit. I would be shocked if he didn't.
Of course he will speak for me. He's my driver.
Right, and you pay him. And if he says anything different, you could fire him and he would be out of a job.
But it's one more witness than you have. And he kind of gives you a smug look.
This dude's gonna die in his sleep. I just hope he knows that.
You're in danger.
I'm going to
and
murder
rightfully
you.
So. Murder.
So at one point he will look and says, well, if there's nothing else, Karen, I would see that you please take this business elsewhere. I need my sleep. And he's going to basically head back in towards the tent. Karen looks at you, she kind of like shakes her head, she's like, I'm sorry. I have to follow the rules for everyone.
I'm sorry too. I I've put my life on the line. All I wanted was for you to check a tent.
I know. It
Have a
seems
good
like
day. And I'm going to turn around and walk away. I'm not even going to listen to what she has to say because I am pissed. Because
so-
that MFer stole my staff, and I know he did.
Aaron's burning bridges left and right.
I know. I see that.
She is lighting fires.
See
Girl.
the bad part of being a caravan leader. So she's going to watch you storm away, and she's gonna say some dwarven curses under her breath, and she's going to storm off in the other direction. And then everybody's gonna go back. So you two will eventually see Ginny storm into the tent. I think, right? Is that where you went?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm over all of the things today.
Yeah, and it's still nighttime when you all have to meet back at the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little early. We're gonna take a break, go refill our drinks and all that good stuff. We'll take a 10-minute so everybody can take a breath, and then we're gonna pick back up with all of you at the tavern. Yay! Unless I missed something that somebody wanted to do, but you have 10 minutes to think about it. You can murder too, but we'll have to wait until we get back.
We have to travel over to the to the tavern, right?
It's at that. You know what? We'll be right back, Chad. the wrong button. I think I hit the right one this time. Yes, I hit the right one. Okay. We should be back. I think everyone's back. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say hi to everyone. There was
there it goes.
some points there. I noticed Cole's here, Drake's here. Well, Cole, Drake's one person. I also saw Tackless came in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I'm trying to keep up with the players today because they're doing some stuff. So, hi. And we're going to pretty much get right back into it. Ginia, Elios, Vero, you're all back in the tent. Ginia is fuming because they won't support her claim that she's been robbed. Vero, Elios, Roz, you're basically on top of the tent. And eventually, like, everything will settle down. And Songbird, you and Bade will open up the tavern. Or the traveling tavern.
Okay. I'm gonna try to at least keep one of the tables, either keep it moving or keep it clear.
Oh, and make sure you guys they have a place to sit.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You can do that. You can try to keep one of the areas clear for the group. I don't think. Let's see. How busy are we tonight? Oh no, they're fairly busy. So it seems like everyone is, as you've put more distance between you and Dragonspear Castle, everybody's starting to calm down a little bit. So everybody's starting to show up.
Is the driver there spending his newly earned coin at the
Mm-hmm.
He's the one you need to get drunk.
Yes.
I don't know yet. I don't know about it yet, but I'm plotting.
Yes,
Like,
he's there.
The out of character of me is plotting. I'm just waiting for the cues. I'm like, ooh, I got ideas.
I'm just setting up the situation for Ginny to do something. I don't actually know. I just had to ask because it seems like a very logical thing for someone who just got some money to do is go spend it.
Yeah, he's
at the only place you can.
I rolled. He's there. He's hanging out there too. Like I said, it's busy. It hasn't been this busy in a long time. I would say a majority of the guards are there. Maybe half the merchants are there. So it's a good group. And again, it's because the oppression of being so close to Dragonspear is finally like lifting. Everybody's feeling a little bit more comfortable. So it's a big night. And you are running about. So, how are you arriving, Roz?
Well, Roz is going to kind of walk up to the head of the caravan. Well, it's not there anymore because everybody's kind of making camp. But he's going to walk out, I don't know, a couple 100 yards just to kind of like look around, make sure nothing is afoot, as they say. And then as he walks up the left side of the caravans, he'll come back down on the right side, and he'll go past the tavern, do the same thing on the opposite end, and then come back up the left-hand side, and he'll kind of stop as he's on his way back to his own caravan. And he will not make any inclination that he knows anybody here, really. He'll walk up to Songbird, since she's serving, and excuse me, do you have milk?
Let me double check. It's not something we normally serve, but I'm
Yes.
sure my boss will be happy to try to look. Especially, come, sit down. I'll look, and Songbir's going to direct you to the table.
The table that she's been desperately trying to keep empty for you.
Before we leave, I'll ask Ginny if I should wear a cloak.
Yes, you should.
But so Songbird's going to go up to Babe and be like, Babe,
yes,
gentleman that's sitting down. You recognize him, yes?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be an idiot not to recognize him. He's been with us for a month. I don't remember his name. Raz.
I think it's Roz, but okay. as you've seen him fight, protect us, and everything, he has one request, and I kind of need your help with it.
No.
Do you even know what it is?
I don't know, but the way you asked, I'm nervous. What is it?
Milk.
What?
He's a giant cat. He drinks milk.
Oh. Oh, okay.
What were you thinking?
You don't want to know.
Oh my god. You know, you're right. I probably don't want to know, but can we get him some milk, please?
I run a traveling tavern. I get weird requests all the time. I don't have any milk, but I might be able to get some for you.
Really? That would be awesome.
Yeah. All right. Hold down the fort. I'll be back.
I got you.
Okay. So he's gonna kind of look, and he's gonna pass you, Roz, and like kind of give you the like, I got you, man. Don't worry.
I thank you. I think.
And Bade, you know, he's sociable with everybody, so he like pats people on the shoulders as he's walking by. But he'll actually head into the caravan wagons, so he is gonna leave the tavern for a minute.
Sunberg's gonna walk up to the table and be like, "Well, I got him, so hopefully the others show up really fast."
Well, they should
And in
be
very
there
short
soon.
order, we will show up
Yeah. Vero's wearing a cloak.
and looking really uncomfortable. Trying not
Very
to look
much so.
suspicious, but totally looking suspicious.
He's like moving his arms under there. Like I don't have the
Mhm.
same arm range of motion that I normally do. I look like
Songbird's
a
gonna
kid that's in. I look like a kid that's in trouble. Like I just
Yeah.
look. pouty.
Songbird's gonna have a tray of drinks and just stop and be like, "You know what? I don't want to." And I'll be like, "Over there, this is over there." She's making a sign towards Roz
And
as
I'm
she's
gonna
running
kinda
around
make a
dropping off
big
the drinks
show
real
of
quick.
looking for an open table and seeing that there's only one space for us to go that has enough room for all of us. It just so happens that Roz is sitting there too.
Yes.
Amazing how that works.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
you make a show of it, and you get there and as you're getting ready, like, hey, is this seat taken?
Roz will stand up. No, no, please. You are welcome.
Thank you so much.
All of you will notice like some of the Roz boys coming over and like, and like turning around and walking to find another place to sit. Missed it by that much.
They thought they were gonna get a moment, but nope.
Yeah. So you
Songbird's gonna walk past, hand them a drink. It's like it just wasn't your time, sweetie.
Okay. Well, they got a drink. So the four of you sitting there, eventually you make a little small talk, but you make it a show like you don't know each other. And for the most part, people are buying it. You see, like, this happens at other places, like a single person will walk over and be like, hey, and they'll be like, hey, come on, sit down. Mostly, though, guards stick with guards, merchants stick with merchants. There's not too much crossing over. Okay? And you see a lot of the people you recognize that you've been traveling with. I mean, it's been like a month. You recognize it's actually over a month. It's probably a month and a half almost now. Well, a month and a third. So, you know, you recognize most of these people. You may not know all their names, but you could say, hey, that's the guy on this wagon, or that's this dude. So you do recognize him. Your merchant, Ginia, the one you just had an interaction with, is not there, but his driver is.
Mm-hmm.
And the Roz boys are there. The Nemesis is there.
Chet?
Chad. No, Chet. Yeah, it was Chet. Chet is there with his boys. Karen, I forgot her name for a minute. Karen is not there. The twins are there. Or not the twins, the brothers. The guys you work for. They're there, enjoying the drink as well. And they come by and say hello and pat you. But they find like a little table that they sit, just the two of them. Remember, it's not... He's not traveling around with tons of tables. A lot of it is just crates with a board on top of it. So you make room where you can. But for the most part, like, most of the, like I said, it's a busy night. Everybody's kind of celebrating being past Dragon Spear. They're happy. They're drinking. They don't feel like they're about to be slaughtered by a demon. So there's a bit of
Also,
revelry going on.
Songbird has managed to make it through most of the crowd and everything like that to come around to the table and be like, how y'all doing tonight? What drinks can I get you? And then under her breath is like, Vero, why are you dressed like that?
Vero staring at the table.
He's just the hood. He's like, I hate it. I hate it in here.
Oh, look over here, like, didn't you?
He may have been recognized by one of the cultists.
Oh, well, damn. Okay.
Oh, and also my quarterstaff got stolen today.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell would be stupid enough to do that
Well,
if they seen you fight?
I have a very deep suspicion, deep in my soul, that it was Dill, but Karen would not allow me to search his tent.
And what makes you think it was Dill? Other than the fact he's been wanting your stuff forever.
Yeah, he's the only one that has shown any interest in the staff at all. And then he was, as I was walking up to go kindly ask him, he was paying his driver a bonus for doing such a good job on the trip.
That one over there?
That one over there.
Is-
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's why he's going a little.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. He's been drinking a lot. He's been flashing that money around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you think he's in, DM?
I don't know.
That's what they call liquid assets.
Mm-hmm.
About 7.
Nice. What type of creature is he?
He's a human.
Regular. He's a human? Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
He's just a human.
Okay. Mm,
And they're gonna let
So-
he's gonna drive tomorrow. That's impressive.
Oh, he's gonna have one hell of a headache, I tell you what. Hey, drink?
You've seen Bade ride like unconscious. Come on.
Yeah, but it's not him
He's
driving.
not the driver. The horse.
Uh-huh.
The horses, I know, but
This guy is the driver.
yeah, he's definitely a driver.
Mm-hmm. Who's gonna be regretting some life choices here after a bit.
Right.
Yes, I'm sure.
Very much so.
I feel bad for the human. Okay.
Okay, so Songbird is going to go check on him to see if he needs another drink and come back for one for Jinya
Okay.
because I was there taking orders, so I need to at least come back with one.
Yeah. Not only that, you have an entire group of people that you have to serve. So for a while, you're just going to be passing by a little bit. Eventually, Bade will return, and he's got a small tin canister, and he looks around, walks over to Roz, and almost he's doing something shady. He sets it down on the table in front of you and pushes it towards you. He says, "It's still warm," and walks
this
away.
is the best kind. Thank you so much. At least he didn't put it in a bowl.
I don't want to know.
And
Yeah,
He'll-
you probably don't.
he'll go back about serving, back to his post and continue to serve drinks.
Okay. Oh, Babe, you're back. Oh, yay. Another question.
Yes. What now? What?
Hot water for tea?
When did we start taking special requests? Who wants hot water? They can tea their own tea.
The little man. The little one that you see right there? Do you see him?
Yeah.
Over there with Nunya?
Uh-huh.
That.
He's looking
It's
at
the-
Nunya go on.
Uh-huh. That one saved my life.
Oh.
And I would like to pay him back. He doesn't drink alcohol, so tea.
So then you get him hot water. Why do I have to?
Do we have anything here
Water?
in
We have
order to
water.
make him tea?
Yes, we have plenty of water.
Yeah, but we don't usually heat the stuff up while we're doing the drinks.
Wait, hold on. A thought just occurred to me. I'll get the water.
Uh-huh. She'll give him a look like, mm-hmm. Is this what I see how it is. Okay, I got it. I see you. I'll see you.
Should I get a whole pot or just like a glass?
Yes. No. Whole pot.
Okay, fine. Just hold down the fort, and he'll disappear again to go find some hot boiling water.
Okay, making one more pass at our charming driver human. Do you need another? Here, look, here's another.
I don't. I think I should stop.
Are you sure?
I'm a little drunk.
Did you have a good day?
I did. It was a very good day. And now there's two of you. Maybe
Okay, well then tell us how good of a day you had. What happened? You've been spending a lot of money.
I got a bonus
For what?
for working.
What type of work do you do?
Hold on, I need to make a Constitution save on this dude. Oh fuck!
The man is weak.
I'm a driver. I drive the wagons.
Do you do everything your boss says? Does he enjoy you as a driver?
I think so. He gave me a bonus, and I try to
What
do
did he give you the bonus for?
I try to do what he asks because he's not very demanding, but when he wants something, he wants it.
Okay. So did you get him something recently to warrant for a raise or
he
bonus?
Like looks around and goes shh. I don't know.
Ooh.
And like somebody starts calling you, Miss. 2 more.
All right, be there 1 moment. Tell me.
Oh, no, I'm not. It's a secret.
But you know what sat at the tavern stays at the tavern, honey.
That's a thing?
It's a thing.
Oh,
you would be surprised at how many things
another
I know.
round.
Okay, I'm gonna let you think about it and everything like that. And she'll go away and be like, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
I'll run around.
And you left him.
You left him like in front of him.
I was gonna say you left the drink.
Huh?
You left
For
another
him?
drink in front of him, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's just gonna sit there and look at it for a minute while you're doing it, and he'll start drinking the other one. He's just like,
Okay, why would you pass up on a free drink?
Right,
Come
it's
on.
free and it was sitting there. So all right. So you have to go work a little bit more.
Doing the rounds.
Eventually Bade will show back up, and in his hand he is carrying a teapot. It is like a ceramic teapot, very nice. It's got a little handle, like a wooden handle. And he like walks over to the table, and he sets down these little bowl-like cups, and he puts down one in front of Elios, one in front of Ginia, and he proceeds to pour Ginia's cup very carefully, and he does the whole flourish where the tea like pours in, and then he just kind of like spills it into Elios's cup. He says, "I bought you your tea, my lady." Looking at Ginia.
I'm just gonna. I assumed he wasn't looking at Elios.
Fair enough.
Sparks fly again.
I know, right? He's totally forgotten about me. It's all about Elios now. I'm just gonna smile at him and say, "Thank you so much. Would you mind getting some for Vero as well?"
Who?
Just staring at the table, still pouting.
The fellow sitting right there.
Oh, he'll take Elios's cup and move it in front of him. I only have two
and
cups.
Genia's gonna take her cup and set it in front of Elios.
All right.
And I'm gonna look at Bade and say, honestly, what barrel did you crack tonight?
Well, we're celebrating. We're putting enough distance between So I opened up a fresh port. Little bitter, but everybody should be feeling good. Kind of
I'll
heavy
take a
on the
glass.
alcohol side. Really?
I'll take a glass because I'm feeling a little bitter too.
Excellent. And he'll kind of set the pot down in front of Elio's. So it has like little legs. So he sets it down on the table. He says, coming right up. I'll tap it myself or pour it myself. And he'll run over to get you a mug.
Okay, because I know that Bade talks.
As he leaves and Roz picks up his milk, just before it comes to his lips, he'll say, "We need to talk about what we shall do when the cultists leave." And then he'll finish a drink.
Do you think it's going to be like super soon? Like,
Roz thinks it will be within the next 3 days, if not sooner. Could be overnight tonight. It could be, but they are much closer now to one another.
how many Roth boys are there?
3 and a couple of like iffies.
Okay.
So 5 altogether. There's 3 loyal. Like whenever they get a chance, they're trying to talk to Roz. We even named one of them. Roz, what was his name?
His name's David.
Dan,
What was it?
Daniel.
Daniel. That's right. So yes, there was 3 for sure. Daniel being the leader of the group, and then there's like a couple of iffy ones. Like they want to, but they don't like being yelled at, so they're kind of splitting their time.
Okay.
So 5 total.
And are they with specific
Yes,
wagons, or are they with just the group?
they're with specific wagons towards the front of the group.
Okay.
So they work very close with Karen.
All right. I'm just trying to make sure that the people that we're protecting have protection when we are ready to when we have to leave.
I got you. Okay. You could always hire the companions with their like paper mache swords.
I mean, if they get killed first and distract whoever's trying to attack, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
But they're not going to be any protection for anybody.
We'll call them bait.
Okay.
You don't have to outrun
So-
the bear. You just have to outrun the other guy.
There you go.
So Songbird wants to make sure that she's part of this conversation because of what she told Roz.
So they're having the conversation like, you know, hands over mouth, cups in front of the face so nobody can read their lips, I guess. But
Mhm.
they're trying to be very discreet. Whether they're having it while I don't know, that's, I guess you're timing it like when she stops at the table, you
Well, not
guys.
the discussion itself, but at least bring it up the topic.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
get all minds thinking about the same.
Okay, so he's
Okay.
The most-
initiated before you got there. So, but I don't
The
think
most
you're I
important
don't think you're
question
gonna
is-
miss the meat of it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vero.
The most important question is the tea any good?
Bade thought he was getting it Virginia. It's probably the best tea ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably.
Probably the most amazing tea.
Hold on. I'll actually roll like a cooking check for him.
He just brought warm milk. It's like, do you really have to?
It's not that great. It's not Vero standards.
Hmm.
It's kind of like you know how you
I'm getting what I've gotten at other places that don't normally serve tea.
right, yeah, like you know, like if you're up north and you order tea and you gave that same cup of tea, you'd think it's like great, but then if you gave that same cup of tea to somebody down south, or iced tea, I'm talking about iced tea, and you gave it to somebody down south, they'd be like, what the hell is this?
They think you were a
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah,
Is this piss
Yeah,
water?
it's like-
yeah,
What is this?
it's kind of like that.
What is this
he
wheel?
thinks it's great, but Vero's like, what is this? He pulls out his own tea bag.
Gorm said, but he brewed it with lust. That's why Vero doesn't like it. It wasn't brewed with lust for him.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
There you go.
Hey.
I definitely don't. I no longer like the sound of that tea.
I don't even like tea.
Roz's second
Not
glass
Lipton,
of
it's
milk
Lustin
now.
tea. Oh my god.
God. I'm sorry. What did you say,
Oh.
Roz? I didn't hear you.
Roz is second guessing the milk about now.
Um, okay.
Anyway.
So you guys go about you're starting your conversations, you're whispering. Eventually, in not long, Bait is gonna come back and set a mug in front of you, Ginia. He says, it's like the mug is metal. It has
Mhm.
etching on it. It's very fancy. You notice usually he gives out like
Ooh.
wooden carved mugs, but this is like a metal tankard. And he sets it in front of you. He says, "Enjoy. This one's on me." And he'll like go back. You two are paying for the tea though.
I just sip my tea. I'm just kind of still pouting. It's still trying to like move in the thing. Like I sat on it and it like
Move in
pulled
the
on my shoulder and
He's like, how do people live like this?
yeah.
It's very easy. You just gotta get used to moving differently.
Yeah, says
I
the
know,
burn
I
victim.
know. Right? All wrapped
Fine.
up.
No one can see. It's
He's
fine.
like, he is dark man. So, you guys will sit there basically like saying, well, we should think about this, we should think about this. And occasionally Songbird will come over and check on you and interject into the conversation. As time goes by, things will start to people will start to filter away. They'll start to leave. It's winding down. The driver, no, he's passed out at the table. Like he fell asleep at the table, and a couple of people they're stacking like cups on top of his head.
Oh, see, I was trying to get to him before he knocked out.
No, he passed. You were busy, and he had one drink too many, and he passed out. So people are messing with him, and like I said, they're stacking cups on his head. You'll notice that the halfling contingent, or they're there, and they've been drinking, but they're also like pointing or gesturing towards Elios, and they laughing, but you can see that Longnose is like he's very serious, even though he's like snickering, laughing. But the rest of them are just laughing. The Roz boys will stick around. They're drinking, but they have definitely gotten into it, so they're looking a little bit sloshed themselves. And then something strange happens. Generally, the cultists don't show up at the tavern. They drink separately. But the young lady from the other day will show up. And she's kind of
yay.
she's kind of like looking around, and she'll take a little table off to the side. She'll sit down and wait for you to come serve her, Songbird.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Hi, I haven't seen you here before."
Because I've never come here before. But I was curious, and I had the night off.
Curious of the tavern, curious of what to drink, curious. In which way are we talking?
Different than yours. I would just like a glass of wine, please.
Of wine?
Yes, comes from grapes.
Yes. It's not our usual request, but I'll go double check real quick. One moment.
Thank you.
Somewhere's going to turn around and be like, mm-mm.
I will backhand you to God. No.
Be like, So she'll walk over to Bade. We have a request for wine.
Wine? What is it with you today? We don't have any wine.
New person.
Oh my God. Who's that? I've never seen
That
her.
person. I think she's one of those
Did we pick her up?
very secluded ones.
Oh, well, get her a glass of wine then.
Where do you have the wine?
Oh, we had tapped a couple days back. They didn't get finished. Maybe there's some left. See if you can squeeze her out a glass. See what I did there?
Are they red? Is it red?
Red?
Red wine.
No, it's purple.
Okay. Red wine aerates. It's had some time to air out. It'll be fine.
Okay. Listen.
I didn't know that.
So-
Songbird the
Oh, no,
sommelier.
there.
is up here.
Bade doesn't care. He just serves the wine. He doesn't have to know anything about the wine.
I buy it
Mhm.
and resell it. I don't pick it. I don't squeeze it. I don't even barrel
If
it.
it don't sell, I
I
don't
do
buy it
drink it.
again.
Yeah.
It's okay. It'll still be good. She'll pay.
And I'm like, what
So-
is it? Like, he like checks the moon. Like, is it a full moon tonight or something? Like, what is going on here?
Feels like it.
It's not.
Songbird's gonna go past him. It's like it feels like it.
Wait, hold on. It might be. I have
Is
to
it?
check. I'm checking the day.
It'd
Nope.
be kind of crazy if it is.
It's a new moon. There's no moon in the sky.
That explains a lot.
Okay, so there you go.
Okay, so Songbird's gonna take the wine and set it in front of the young lady. He's like, "Here you go."
How much?
She'll tell her whatever the fee is for the wine, because
So she'll place down 2 silver pieces.
all right. Is there anything else I can get you, or do you want me to come back in a little bit?
Just the glass. And she'll like take a sip. And as she takes a sip, you notice she's looking at your friends at the table.
I'm still sitting with my head down.
You are, I know.
And it is a new moon, so it's darker than usual.
Yes, it is darker.
Mm-hmm.
Does Roz
Yes.
recognize this young lady?
Yes, this is the one that was pointed out that may have recognized Vero.
He is going to kind of nod at everybody, and he's going to get up, push away from the table, and get up and walk away.
No, lovely. Well, Songbird's gonna head over to the table because I guess it's thinning out, and that's the only other full table,
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. So she's gonna go over there and I guess see Roz get up and walk away. And I'm like, what is going on? As she's like checking to see if any of the mugs are empty, pouring more water into anything. Didn't you? It's like, what's going on? Why is he leaving?
Well, that is the lady that may have recognized Vero, and who knows why Roz does anything. He just got up and
Oh.
left.
So Songbird's gonna make a thing like you and I are just having a little chit chat and everything like that, and smile. I was like, oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That is fantastic.
Should I
Not part of
leave?
the
everything.
course nowadays.
Yes. Okay. Well, she's gonna take the mug, Roz's mug. Is it still full? Did he drink it all?
He drank it all.
No, he drank it all. That's gone.
Okay. She's
It's
gonna
a
take
little
that.
tin of milk. Of course, it's gone.
Hot milk. Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's gonna take it and is wiping down. It's like, I thought we were gonna talk about what's going on.
So did I.
Okay, but he recognizes that person over there.
Yeah, he recognizes her, and we think she recognizes Vero.
Okay.
And it all
Well-
goes
He
round,
recognizes
round, and
me.
it comes out here.
Uh-huh. So I'm gonna go with that's probably why he got up. Is because he thinks she's snooping.
Well, I mean, she's obviously snooping. They never come to the tavern.
I know, right? So Songbird's there with the mug in her hand, a hand on her hip, and just chatting away like it's a normal conversation. And everything is like, yeah, we're gonna have to do something about it. Not moving her lips very much. It's like, we're really gonna have to do something about this because we really need to talk. I know he plans to leave. Did he say anything about it?
No, but I sort of had a feeling when he said we needed to talk and that that we maybe had 3 days. I sort of had a feeling
Oh,
that he was
fantastic.
planning on splitting, and I really feel like that's not a good idea.
Well, I kind of have something that might help with that situation, but we kind of need to sit and talk about it. So we got to figure out a time to get together.
Well, maybe we should when everything's closed here, have a meeting in our tent so that Vera's not out in public, since we know that he's now being snooped after by this person who's never come to the tavern, but seems to have come to the tavern tonight.
Mm.
Do you
Summer's,
think
you know the little jovial thing is like where someone pushes on you is like, you are
Mhm.
so right. And everything like
I
that.
usually am.
Yeah, it's like, you are so right. I will definitely think about that.
I'm
And
gonna
everything.
whisper
Basically
to
meaning, yeah, I'm gonna head over there when I can.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna
All
whisper to
right.
Elios. We should have stayed in the tent.
I have no idea what they're talking about. Y'all have said so many things that I don't understand.
They're
So
like
Songbbird's
speaking.
gonna
This is like real life thieves' camp.
Except everyone
Songbbird's gonna
understands it
take
except Elias.
the tin of milk over to Bade. Is like, Bade, where did you even get this?
What? Oh, the milk? I don't ask.
You know what? I'm not going to. Here.
Oh, okay. You kind of take it and toss it back with the rest of the tankards.
Okay, and I'm gonna go check on our little new friend.
Oh, why?
To see if she needs another drink.
She barely touched the one she got. Like, you could see that from here.
Good customer service. Even if they haven't touched it, I've been away from a while. I need to come back and check on her.
Okay. Suit yourself.
And there were 2 kegs of wine that were tapped. He said it earlier. She might not like the one, so maybe she would like the other one.
You're not there.
It's actually fair.
Anyway. Alright, so you go check on her.
Yeah,
Roz, wait, hold on. Roz, where are you going?
He's going to go do his. What time is it? If
It's
around
evening.
10.
Yeah, it's. You've been here for like maybe an hour or two. You know, he set up shop kind of after sunset. So
Okay.
you figure it's maybe 9, 10 o'clock, somewhere
Okay.
around there. If you
He'll
stretch
go
it
do his
out.
perimeter checks then.
Okay. All right. So you're going to go wander about the outside of the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Songbird, you're going to head over to this young lady with the copper hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll come up to her and be like, was that okay? I have another one tapped to try. Would you like?
She'll look at you for a second. She's like, it's fine. And she's not really like, she just glances in your direction, but she's staring at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she is not being discreet at all.
Okay. Somewhere it's going to be like, not going to be discreet at all either, and be like, ma'am, are you okay? Is everything all right?
She, like, narrows her eyes and looks over at you and says, I'm fine. Listen, how long have you been working this caravan?
Since we left.
So you've been serving drinks to everyone here?
Yes.
You seem friendly with them. What can you tell me about them? And she'll produce a gold coin. I was gonna say copper because of her hair. She produces a gold coin and like puts it on the table. She says, "You wenches tend to know a lot more than you let on."
Wow.
She was so excited. Flashback many months ago when she was so excited to serve drinks.
Remember, what happens in the tavern stays in the tavern.
It is in the tavern. Uh-huh. So, well, I don't. You can keep that because I don't know much more than what else everybody else knows. I mean, they're fantastic fighters. They've helped save the caravan several times. The little one saved me. She's magnificent with that warhammer. I mean,
The one with the cloak, the hood.
the one with the cloak and the hood.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one is usually with her, yeah.
Do you know his
But we've
name?
all seen him around.
Do you know his name?
No, I don't know his name actually.
Hmm. Very well. She kind of like grabs a drink, takes a gulp of it, sets it down, and then like gets up and starts to walk away. She does leave the gold coin on the table.
Oh, okay. Yes. She'll pick it. I'll pick it up and be like, "Are you sure you're okay?"
She just like
Huh?
waves behind her head.
Okay.
I think she was angling for a date with Vero.
Mm.
That's why she recognized him, because she saw him when he was a prisoner and thought he was cute.
You know, actually has also crossed my mind too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, maybe she actually likes him.
I was really excited to have him as a slave. I want that one back.
All right. So you got your gold coin. She drinks the whatever, she drinks a gulp of the wine. She leaves, eventually heading back towards her thing. Roz, roll me a percentile dice. The reason we're rolling this is I want to see if you and her cross paths before she gets there. So if you
I
roll
hope so.
anywhere between a wait, don't roll it yet.
Oh, sorry.
I
Well,
didn't look.
see it.
Okay, I
Get in
didn't
the
see it yet
tower.
either. So I'm gonna say
Oh, look,
anything
Ethel.
between a 0 and a 10, and you and her like will stumble into each other.
All right.
All right.
What do you get?
Oh, he rolled the exact opposite, like 97.
They're on opposite ends of the caravan.
Yeah, they walk this way. All right. So, nope, she'll make it back to her things. Now, wait, you said I hope so. Were you hoping to run into her? Because that's a different situation.
Could be.
Well, if
He's
that's
not going to purposely do it, but
oh, okay. So yeah, no. If you were waiting, like hey,
Nope.
she's gonna walk this way, then I'll wait here. That's different. But no, if it's just random,
No.
then we're gonna let the dice decide. No,
Yep.
you don't run into each other. Okay, cool. All right. Eventually, there's a few stragglers. The Roz boys, seeing Roz has left, will take it as their cue to emulate their idol, and they're gonna stop drinking and go about their business of checking the caravan. Now, they don't go out into the darkness like Roz does. They go up and down the lines, checking the camps, making sure everybody's secured, everything's good to go. So they will eventually leave. Most of the merchants will have left already because they're above it all. So all you have left is a few drivers, a couple of halflings, and a few 3 really drinking dwarves because this port is good.
Okay. So, I want to focus on the driver because now he's got all this stuff on him.
Right.
And
Well, there's
everything,
a
so I'm gonna
there's a whole table of them now.
There's a whole table.
Yeah, there's the
it's
3
like-
dwarves, the other 2 halflings that are goofing around, picking on him, and then the human that's asleep.
Are the
Okay,
dwarves
so I'm going to take
portly?
the stuff off the human. It's like, oh, poor thing.
Wait,
And
hold on. I
Songbirds went,
didn't hear Rhino's question. What did you
I
say?
asked if the dwarves were portly.
Oh. Okay. I was hoping it was a legit question, but yes, they
It's
are.
not.
that'll teach you.
and
I'm gonna start ignoring you.
You do already.
and
That's
so
okay.
and so Songbirds gonna be like, oh, you guys, come on, leave him alone.
Why are you messing with our fun?
Oh, you guys can have fun. You guys can keep having fun or whatever. I'm gonna
I'd
take
be
him
like,
out of here.
5 more minutes, Mom. 5 more minutes.
It's like, come on, sweetie, up we go.
Oh, where are we going?
Well, you got to go back to your cart, don't you?
No, I'm not until later. I'm good. Like
You're still good?
you go to lift him off the table, and blam, he's on the ground. To everyone's amusement, like just a
Mhm.
roar of laughter as he face plants.
Okay. Well, I figured that Songbird would be strong enough to at least lift the guy.
That you didn't expect him to just like face plant like that. Like he stood up like no problem, and as soon as he went to take a step, his body moved, but
Oh,
his feet
never do
didn't.
that.
Yeah.
No, never do that. No.
So and
All right.
everyone like everybody's just laughing.
And he's like, yeah, yuck it up, guys. So she's gonna go down, kind of like, hey, you. Hey, what's your name?
Snoozing. He's snoring.
All right. She's gonna look around and get like a cold cloth, soak it in water. Wait, get a cloth and soak it in colder water. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes,
Okay.
this is okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
And she's going to kind of bring the little container over and everything like that and kind of bring it out on top of him, not wholeheartedly dump the thing on him because that's just rude.
That's where I was going with it.
Lass,
Yep.
let me help you. One of the dwarves will stand up. And he'll
Okay.
take the rag and the bucket from you, and he'll take the rag and kind of like hand it to you and just dump the water on his face.
Oh,
And
okay.
you hear like, "Blah, blah, blah, I'm up. And
Hi.
just squinty eye, like sitting up. He's sitting up now, looking around like, oh, why does my face hurt?
Here, put this on your face, and somewhere's gonna be like, thank you.
Think nothing of it. The dwarf will go back. We'll also need another round.
Okay, I got you. It's like, hey, you're right. She's talking low, so it's not hurting his head.
And she's like, my face hurts. I think
I'm sure
I
it
think a dwarf punched me.
I don't think that's the dwarf that punched you. I think it was the alcohol. So come on, what is your name?
Everybody just calls me Lay.
Lay?
Yeah, like lay about.
Is there a reason why they call you Lay? Or is
Well,
that actually
my
your
dad
name?
said it's because I was lazy.
Okay. Well, do you want me to call you Lay?
Sure. Everybody else calls me Lay. I think we did
Okay.
this part. He's
Yes,
still drunk, by the way.
I wanted to give you respect, but okay, come on, Lay. Let's get you up.
Oh,
One foot at a
Can I
time.
just crawl to where we're gonna go?
No, and she's gonna put her arm. It's like, you don't want to walk with me?
Hey, leave that layabout alone. We want our drinks. You three see this,
Okay.
by the way, that's going on. Except for Vero, who's just staring at the table, mad.
Sipping my tea, my crappy ass tea.
Have bad tea, restraining clothes. I hate this caravan. I hate it.
I want to go back. I want to go back to my tent.
Okay, how about this? Let's put you down here,
Okay. Where are you
and
putting
she'll
me?
put him in a chair.
Okay. So you took
And
him
then we
away.
can
So
go-
you took him away from the group that he was sitting in a chair with, dropped him on the floor, and then moved him into a chair again.
Well, the fussy butts over here will be like, Bade,
What?
can you finish off those guys over there?
What do I pay you for?
You want this gold piece?
Consider it done.
Oh. Flick it over to him.
He will pour out another round of drinks for the dwarves and the halfling.
All right. So,
And
Lay, how about I take you?
He'll take it over there.
Okay. Lay, how about I get you back to your car?
You unhand me, lady. I'm married.
I am not trying to flirt with you. I'm just trying to get you back.
Would you say you're not
Safely.
trying to lay with him?
Oh. Wow. Wait. Get me back to where?
Well, don't you have to go back to your cart?
Yeah, but you can't come with me to my cart. I told you I'm married.
Okay. Focus just a little bit. I am trying to do the nice thing to make sure you don't get slammed. I don't know, walk directly into a cart or out in the woods where there's spiders.
I was
And other
fine
people.
just sitting at the table sleeping.
We're closing. You can't stay at the table sleeping.
Wait, you make us leave? This is an outdoor tavern.
Uh-huh. And when everything's gone, everything's gone.
Is that true? Yeah, it's gone, but I don't have to leave. I have to go. And oh, I'm gonna complain to Bade.
Oh.
Is this a new
You know what?
rule?
I will talk to Bade for you.
You do that, and he's gonna
Okay.
try to get himself up and stumble off into the woods.
And this is why you need help. Are you using the restroom?
What?
Are you
No.
using the restroom?
No.
Okay.
What do you mean go back?
Then come back this way. This is what I mean. Come this way. I'm just trying to guide you. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to be fresh or anything. Just come this way.
It's
And besides, you still owe me a story.
it's a short. Well, I don't even. What?
You owe me a story.
No. I'm. I'm going home now.
You owe me a secret, sir.
I don't owe you anything.
No, you said you were going to tell me. You promised.
Tell you what? I don't even know your name.
Remember what said at the tavern stays at the tavern.
Okay. Good night.
And you were going to tell me about your bonus.
You stay here. I can't
You
tell
owe
you.
me a story.
I don't owe you anything. I paid for my drinks, didn't I? And he kind of starts
Okay,
looking
then.
for his money.
Well, I could also tell Bade not to serve you anymore, and you're just going to have to deal without it for the rest of the time.
Wow.
Because you can't be trusted.
Okay, hold on. So you gotta remember, he's really drunk. So half the shit you're saying is not registering with him, and the shit he's saying is not registering with you. I mean, he's just he's like, I just want to go home. I just want to lay down. He's like, fine. I'll
So
just
the
lay.
threat of no alcohol?
He'll lay down on the ground and just lay there. If you just don't let him leave.
Okay. So you still going to tell me a story? Because...
No.
Okay, I guess you don't need any more drink. I mean, you apparently can't handle it.
I think I've
You
had enough.
made promises. And you also made promises, and you're going back on your promises. So, you know what?
I'm a man. We're all liars.
You know, that's actually pretty true. I do believe that, yeah. So wait, does that mean you lied to me about your wife?
What? No.
Ooh, have you lied to your wife?
Why are you asking such personal questions, lady? What kind of waitress are you?
Well, first of all, waitresses are nosy by trade. Don't you understand that?
All right, here's a copper piece. Stay out of my business. Here, I'll make it two. Stay in your lane. Go away. I'm just gonna.
She
sleep
pushes
here.
it back and put a warning. Is like, you said all men are liars. I hope you haven't been lying to your wife. And she'll shove them right here and be like, sticking to him. It's like, you better not been lying to your wife.
Oh, I'm not. Leave me alone. I just want to sleep. You three are sitting at the table. You see Bade has taken drinks out. This one is trying to carry the driver basically to a table. Well, she puts him at a table, then he lays down on the ground, and he's trying to leave, and she's having some kind of conversation with him. What are you three doing?
I'm going to ask if we can go back to the tent.
I mean,
Doesn't seem like...
probably the best
Okay.
idea for you two to go back to the tent. I'm gonna give Songbird a hand.
Okay.
With the driver.
Oh,
All right, Ellis, you want to go back to the tent?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, so you two are gonna head back to the tent. Now, Jania and Songbird are gonna beat up the driver now.
Say anything about beating him up.
Okay. Anyway,
Not out loud.
so you two leave. Ginny, you go over and help Songbird. So he's just laying on the ground, like, lady, leave me alone. Like, I just want to lay here in this nice rock.
Don't you have a bed in your tent?
That's so
By your
far
wagon?
away.
Yeah, but you're gonna be super sore when you wake up tomorrow.
Oh, it's fine. I sleep on the floor anyway. It's a bedroll.
With your head on a rock?
Yes,
Wow. Your employer
That's
needs to
fun.
treat you better.
he
No kidding.
does. You're right. But he's good. He's sometimes no, he's not.
Well, you said he
He's
gave you a
not good?
bonus.
Yeah,
Didn't he say he give him a bonus?
yeah. You're not supposed to know about that.
Oh, but remember, you were already telling me.
I don't think
It's
so.
not like I'm going to tell anybody.
I don't remember that. Listen, I'm drunk.
Yes, you are.
Can I just go? And he's like trying to pull like grass on top of him. Just like make a little blanket.
Well, probably what's going to happen is if we leave you here and not take you to a nice cozy tent, you're going to get left behind.
Oh no, they, my, they need me. I'm the driver.
Uh-huh. And your boss is going to lose his spot because his cart's not being driven because his driver's not there.
Oh. You're really killing my buzz. Like
We just want to take you back
you are the
carefully.
worst waitress I've ever seen. Fine. He'll like start to like
Maybe I'm not a waitress.
he'll try to get up. What are you doing,
Junior's gonna
Junior?
help him get up.
Okay.
I'm gonna help him get up.
All right. So the two of you will take a hold of him. He'll like throw an arm around each of you. He's like, "This is like the worst." Gee,
Is it that?
thought my mom was a nag.
Eh, we're protective. It
We
happens.
just want to make sure that you get back safely. We would hate to see anything happen to you.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, we just had a whole bunch of spiders and ugh.
Yeah, but you didn't everybody kill the spiders? There's none left.
That's not to say there's not something worse out in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of a drunk person dying?
Oh, honey,
Yes.
all the time.
Oh. Well, I never heard of one.
Waitress.
Yeah, but I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not gonna get stabbed or wait a minute. And he kind of like looks at the both of you.
No.
What's going on here?
Do you think we would really rob you? I'd probably make more than you do.
Well, I hope not. I don't have any more money.
Which is why I make more than you do.
Okay.
So I'm not going to rob you. We're just
Are you
trying to
gonna
get you
give me
back.
money?
Are you gonna give us the truth?
What kind? How much money?
You have secrets. Oh? How much did your boss pay you that bonus?
You keep talking about a bonus you're not supposed to know about, so I'm not telling you.
Well, then I guess we can't make an offer you can't refuse, can we?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could try.
Oh,
Well, how are
that's
we
not
supposed to
this
know the
works.
comparison?
What?
What's supposed to be the comparison?
I mean,
Okay.
we could make you an offer that is obscenely low, and we would hate to insult you.
Oh, okay, that's fair. All right. Offer me 6.5 platinum.
Platinum? Did he pay you platinum? I really don't think. It's like I don't see anyone getting anything in platinum.
You said to say what I wanted.
Oh, you're cute. Be realistic.
Oh,
I mean, we could just drop you off in the woods. You wouldn't know any better.
Oh. Okay. So 10 gold?
I'll look at Junior like 5 each.
So
Works for me.
again, he's like got really like squinted eyes and blurry, and he like looks
Mm.
over you, Jinya, and like his eyes open a little bit, and he blinks. He goes, "Hey, I know you."
Do ya?
I think so.
Well, I got 5 gold here.
Oh,
And I've got the other 5.
oh, more gold. Okay,
You
What
said
do-
you wanted 10, right?
10. Yes. Oh
For
look,
the truth.
for the
10
truth.
for the truth.
Okay,
For
I'm
the
not
truth.
really married, and I'm not really good as a driver, but
Mhm.
my boss doesn't know it, so
What does he pay you for?
to drive.
What did you get the bonus for?
Oh, he wanted some stick.
Hmm.
A stick. So did you get the stick?
Oh yeah.
Where'd you put the stick?
I gave it to him. Can I have my coins?
Somewhere it's gonna look over at Junior like,
Do you think you could get the stick back from him?
Oh. Yeah, he's a really heavy sleeper.
This dude is really drunk, and I feel like maybe we should wait until he's sober for him to get the stick back, because otherwise, we're gonna get in super lot of trouble. Because if he can steal the stick back while his boss is sleeping, then it's not gonna make a difference because technically he didn't have it to begin with,
yeah.
right? Because
So
he
that
said he
would
didn't
mean.
have it,
So
so
that
I
would
can't steal it
mean.
back if he never stole it from me.
Uh-huh.
You have
And
you have a dizzying intellect. Remember, I'm drunk.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's like, well, if he's drunk now, if we can at least get him to get it to you while his hard sleeper of a boss is sleeping.
Yeah, but you really trust this man here to steal anything? He can't even walk. Forget walk
No,
straight.
not a,
He can't walk.
I can too walk, and he'll go to like take a couple of steps without holding on to either of you. I get about 3 in, and he like basically like turns to face back towards you. He says, "See."
And then falls over because he turned.
yeah,
too
I was about
quickly.
to, I'm like, do we need to catch him?
He's definitely leaning. But he'll keep his balance. He's just swaying and wobbling in front of you. Like, see, I'm perfectly fine. His eyes are closed. His words are slurred more than mine.
I mean, we can't trust him to get it because, yeah, he shouldn't go anywhere near anybody sleeping because he's gonna wake him up. It doesn't matter how hard they sleep. He's not gonna remember this conversation tomorrow. I would almost
No.
guarantee it.
So are you thinking that?
She's right.
So you're thinking she's gonna? Songbird's pointing at herself like,
I mean, we know I'm not the stealthiest person.
true. That's very true. Do you know if it's like at the front of the tent or the back of the tent? On the floor?
I'm not allowed in the tent. I just know that's where he took it. I haven't seen him move it.
So where is it that you do sleep?
I have my own tent.
Okay. So you at least have a tent. That's good.
Well, yeah. He has one of those bivouac tents, just the little ones that he just kind of crawls into and sleeps.
Okay. So you're thinking he goes night night, go sneaky sneak.
I don't know who Sneaky Sneak is, but I'm fine with the night part.
All right, let's get him to the tent and we can discuss it because
Because
he
I
can
have an
keep interjecting.
idea. I have an idea.
Oh yeah. Well,
Mhm.
let's go drop him off at the tent so he can pass out.
All right.
Sounds good. He's
So
heavy.
you'll drag him through the camp. Are you trying not to be seen by anybody?
Not especially because we're just trying to help the dude do his tent.
Yeah.
Nothing suspicious here. The waitress and her friend are trying to help a fellow home
All right. So
in these dark and dangerous times.
All right. So you two will drag him
Good
back to
Samaritans.
his tent. You get lost a couple of times because he's like, "Oh, it's right over here," and it's not. So you're like, you have to find it, but it takes a little bit. Eventually, Roz, you'll see these two like heading towards a camp. Not, and again, it's part of the main caravan. It's just everybody's mixed up. And he's like, "There it is." And he'll like drop onto the ground and crawl into his tent. He's like, "Thank you so much for making sure I got home."
Good night.
You never gave him his gold, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
Did
Yeah,
you
we
give it to
did.
him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you'll hear him like 1, 1, 1, 1, and then fade off into nothingness.
All right. You're muted.
still muted.
Of course I'm muted. So as we step away, Songbird will basically kind of be like, well, there is a possibility of going in invisible just in case a noise is made. Won't be able to be seen.
All right. Go on.
So since I'm likely to be the quieter one of us two, I can make myself invisible and go in. If it's true that he's a heavy sleeper, it should be okay. I just got to be really careful.
If you feel comfortable doing that.
That's
I
your
would be
staff, and it's kind of
stealing
rude.
things, but it's not his to begin with. It's mine, so
yeah,
it's not actually stealing.
Then you can say, "Oh, well, I found it back there."
Yeah. What do you know? I had just misplaced it.
I know, right? So
And don't
yes,
think I won't walk through the entire caravan flashing that staff the whole way. Because he didn't steal it. He didn't have it.
Nope, not at all.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty.
All right, what's the plan?
So the plan is I'm going to go into the tent, try to be quiet as possible, but also invisible.
Okay.
And that's the plan. I got to go get the staff.
All right. So you just like right there, just turn invisible.
Well, I would kind of be more in a like I kind of walked away, said bye, walked away, and found a spot that I can privately turn myself invisible.
Oh, okay. And what's Ginny doing during this?
I am kind of standing in the shadows where I can't be seen. With my warhammer at the ready, because if she wakes him up, we may have to take him out.
You might have to Okay, got it. All right, so you go hide. So roll me a stealth check for your hiding. Songbird, you step off into the woods, turn invisible, and come back towards the tent.
Yep.
Correct.
So I clicked up the spell, and it says it's an effect, so I just put it on myself.
Yeah, but you don't have to. It's
Okay.
that's more for combat. You're invisible, so
Okay.
it's somebody looks at you, they're not gonna see you. All right.
All right. So
So Jeanette, you're kind of like hanging out, hiding, doing whatever it is you're doing. Songbird, you go turn invisible and you head towards the tent. Now remember, I told you it's like a pavilion tent but low, so it has a little bit of space, but you have to duck under it. So like in the very center of it, it's higher where you could probably stand up a little bit crouched over. When you first go in, you have to bend. Okay,
mhm,
so
like most tents at
and
fair.
it has a flap.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna start with like pulling the corner of the flap where it's not very noticeable that the flap is moving,
Mm-hmm.
just to see if like can I see it around the corner? Is there any light or anything?
There is no light in there. It is darkness. And what you
Okay.
see is there is a center pole. There's a little desk and chair kind of like in one little corner, and then behind it there is a pile of, it looks like pile of furs, and there's a fur hanging against the, the wall of the tent, and then sleeping underneath that hanging fur on the pile, you'll see the merchant. You'll see Dill. And he's just laying
Okay.
there. You can hear him breathing heavy. He's not snoring, he's just breathing heavy.
Okay. So I see all that as I keep scanning, kind of like trying to skirt into the tent without disturbing too much. It's like, am I seeing more? Do I see the staff anywhere?
You see like a foot locker, but you do not see a staff.
And the foot locker is kind of like small.
Yeah, it's a little one. Again, remember all this, it's like a miniature version of like a large pavilion tent. It's like a miniature version of it.
Mm-hmm. So, hmm, just kind of skirting around, not getting too close to the furs, but close enough that I can distinct just like I know there was a decent sized staff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would it be like tucked under the furs or something? Kind of like
You
he's hiding it. My
you
precious.
you're looking under the furs, or you're trying to deduce if it's under the furs.
I'm trying to deduce if it's under the furs.
The pile of furs would be wide enough for the staff to lay in there.
Okay. And I'm not seeing any like odd indications.
The furs, they're kind of stiff. It's
Mhm.
not sticking out, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. Kind of like sticking out, or if it just becomes like a little, it's not smooth, it's got like a little bump.
Well, they're stacked
Indicate
on
there's
top of
something
it.
there.
They're stacked on top of each other. So even
Okay.
if there was something in there, it would eventually just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's laying on top of it too.
Yeah, of course. So looking around the tent, it doesn't seem like there's any other place that the staff could be, but maybe where the furs are at, if it hasn't been removed from here.
All right. So roll me a perception check. Also, I need you to roll me a stealth check. Because even though you're
Which one do you want
invisible, you
first?
can still make noise. You can roll both.
Yeah.
One, it doesn't matter.
There's one, and there's two.
Okay. So you're like looking around the room, and again, everything's kind of low except for like the middle. Like the middle of the tent is propped up by a stick. So at
Mhm.
that point, it's like just about head height, but like it's very center of it. And there's like little decorations on it, but the rest of the room, if you look around the rest of the room, everything is just short and low. It could be in the only other place you could think of would be like in the pile with him.
Fabulous. Oh, I've got jack of all trades. So sleight of hand is kind of something, but I'm like, ugh. At what time is this about?
Probably almost midnight.
Okay, we still got time. All right. Songbbird's going to make her way back out of the tent, just like she did, trying not to disturb the flap. And look for Jinya.
Your passive is high enough to see her. She's standing over in the shadows out of the way.
Okay, so Songbbird's gonna go over there, still invisible, and kind of indicate Jinya to indicate I'm over here and everything, just not being too loud about it. And I can't find it in the tent unless it's in the furs with him.
So what if we roll him up in the furs and look underneath? I mean, yeah, he's gonna wake up, but he will be rolled up in furs.
That would mean you would have to come with me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, at this point, gonna have to do. I mean, it's either that or we just let him get away with it.
Are you sure we don't want to look around? You
I mean,
sure
we
you
can
don't
go
want me to look
check
around?
We can check the cart and stuff first.
Yeah. Let me do
Since-
that real quick.
Okay.
Since I'm still invisible. Let me check that real quick. Make a quick sweep, make sure it's not like there, and then we can go back to him. Because considering the fact you did, most likely you told me the whole story about what was going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then, yeah, since you had already mentioned the tent earlier today, it could be that he moved it.
Say, that's my thought too.
Or they're in the furs, one of the two. So, I want to go check the cart and everything like that
Okay.
really fast.
Okay.
So roll me a perception check for your
Okey-doke.
your searchings. Are you helping her, Jenny, or are you staying watch over the tent?
I'm keeping watch over the tent because she's invisible and I'm not.
Okay. So you go through, look at stuff for the cart. Most of it is like strapped down, packaged goods. You know, he is a trader as well, so he has his stuff strapped down. But one of the things you find is like he has extra camping supplies, right? So he has more canvases, some bedrolls, and they're kind of tucked in a corner of this cart. Now remember, the cart has like openings. It's a wooden back. It's not a high one that you can ride it. Remember? So when you're looking, you see that there's some more tent poles. They're about 6 feet tall.
About the length of a staff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go check out the tent poles.
The ones in the wagon?
The ones in the wagon.
Yeah, they're just sticks.
So no staff among the sticks.
No staff among the sticks.
Okay. Nothing rolled up inside the tent fabrics, the extra camping tent fabric thingies.
Unless you're gonna start like taking stuff out of the wagon, which would make a lot of noise. No, you don't.
No, I'm not gonna take stuff out of the wagon. I'm just kind of like.
You don't see her staff. You don't find her staff.
Okay. She'll go over to Junior. Junior.
Yes.
I didn't see anything in the cart. There's a whole bunch of poles in there, but none of them are the staff.
A whole bunch of like what kind of
like tent poles, like an extra tent.
So is he using my staff as a tent pole in his tent, maybe?
Oh, I hope you wouldn't do that. Well, let me go find out. I was really hoping he wasn't doing that. I was trying to avoid this. It's like, oh, this is going to fall on him. Great. I'm going to sneak under the flap, go and check the pole, because you did say that everything was kind of short except for the middle, right?
Yep. Stealth check.
And he had a
Ah,
fur
fantastic.
like hanging off of a pole that was over him.
Mm-hmm.
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 This is gonna be great. Stealth check. Um,
All right.
Shit.
So you open up the tent, and you kind of like sneak in, and as you sneak in, you clip the footlocker. So you make a thunk sound off of it, and you hear a voice go, "I knew you would come."
I'm just frozen and everything because I'm invisible,
So
so I'm not moving.
you hear, "I knew you would come. I've waited all day for this." And then he makes some moaning noises and kind of like rolls over. Stop laughing! You're making me laugh.
Oh my god! I hope it doesn't. Okay. Waiting a second to see if I hear the deep breathing, and
Eventually, it kind of
God, I don't
like
hear anymore.
you hear like muffled giggling, and eventually it'll be quiet, and you'll hear him fade back into slumber.
Okay. All right. So Songbird's going to creep over and first check the tent pole, the center.
So the center temple. Remember, I said it had like wrappings and decorations on it. So you
Mm-hmm.
kind of like pull those to the side. Sure enough, Jinia's staff is underneath them.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Is the pole okay? And this is being in too many damn Renfield Wind Fair tents. Are there any connections to the top? Like,
Nope.
did he wrap around, or is it just holding up
It's
fabric?
just holding up the fabric.
How far away is it from the flap?
About 4 feet.
I can make that. So, kind of like squatting and preparing for like a bolt and everything. Songbirds going to make sure like there's nothing that's going to grip on to the staff.
Mm-hmm.
So like the decorations are kind of taken off of it and everything like that. It's just cleared off. Nothing's attached to it. And she's going to reach over, yank and bolt for the for the thing.
Roll me a dex check.
Oh boy. This should be fun. Where's my dex? Hello. Dex. Dex is this one. Yeet. I hope I grabbed the right one. Yep, that is.
Oof. All right. So you go to pull out the thing. As soon as you yank it out of there, the whole tent collapses. And you misjudge because the tent opening will also collapse. So you kind of get tangled into the flap.
Well, that's why I was kind of the squatting thing, because I knew it was going to come down.
I know, but you misjudged. That's why. That's what the dex check was for.
Well, I'm still technically invisible, so
Yeah, you're still invisible. So, Jinia, this is what you see. All of a sudden, the tent comes down, right? And then a moment later, you see like the front of the tent kind of moving around, but you hear screaming, "Help! Help! Help!" Roz, you out on patrol? You out on patrols? You would hear some of this. Vero, Elios, I don't know if you would hear it, but some of the Roz boys are hearing it.
and they can't see at night. Ha!
Well, yeah, no, they walk around with torches, so.
Oh well.
So, help! Help! I'm dying.
Ginny's gonna run over, and she sees where Songbird is like, under the tent. So she's gonna pull out her dagger that she always has with her, and cut the tent open and let Songbird out
Run.
Okay.
staff and tell her to
Run.
run, and then I'm gonna cut the guy out because
Okay.
people had to have seen us taking his driver back to the tent. Of course, I would have
Mhm.
been by there
Okay.
when the
So
tent collapsed. So
I'm going to ask you to just roll me, let's say, an attack. And this is because you're trying to cut the canvas and not cut invisible Songbird.
I mean, she wouldn't be invisible because she'd have the canvas over her.
Right, but she's still like, yeah, you kind of go by her body shape. So you know what?
Mhm.
I'll let you roll it with advantage.
Okay. And how do I do just an attack?
Um, do you have the dagger on your character sheet?
Yeah, I do. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but will it? Oh, it's not a stealth check. Never mind. Go ahead.
She's proficient and everything. You just got to add advantage.
Okay, so I've got advantage. I want to make sure that, yeah, we're doing melee.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Okay, so your plus is enough because you rolled a 3 and a 6. But anyway, it's still enough. So you're cutting into there. It's a little bit of struggle because Songbird he's pulling on the tent. She's like trying to pull it back. So there's a little bit of like close calls, but you don't manage to cut into Songbird. And you're like, go. And Songbird, you hear feet running away. At the same time, you could see torches coming towards you. Also, you keep cutting into the tent and you see like some of the guards coming over and like, what's the meaning of this? Roz, are you doing anything?
Nope, he's watching the. He's probably 2/3 of the way done with his check, and he's probably south of where all this is happening. But he can see the torches, so he knows that the guard
taken
are
care
on
of.
it.
Okay. So there's still some screaming. You see all this, and Ginny, you start cutting into the tent and like start cutting him free as well, right?
Yes.
Need you to roll another attack with that dagger.
Do I get advantage on this one?
Yeah, same
Yes.
thing. Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Just
not
making
trying.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to set him free.
Right, I know. There might be a slip though. Oh, okay. You're fine. Like
Nope.
you start cutting him free. Problem is, I mean, he's visible. So like once he starts pulling himself out, and he's like sees you. He's like, you're here to murder me. About this time, the guards come up and they're like, "What's going on here? What's the meaning of all this? This woman, arrest her. She's here to stab me. Look what she's done."
Why would if I wanted to stab you, I would have stabbed you. I was delivering your driver back to your campsite because he got sloppy drunk at the tavern and your tent collapsed and you started screaming. So I came over to cut you loose from the canvas.
Oh. And then he immediately like looks around, like down at the canvas. The guards are like, "Is this true?" He's like, "No, this woman and me had an altercation earlier today. I'm telling you, she's here for revenge. Unfounded revenge." They're like, "Do you have anybody to support this story, ma'am?"
Well, I just brought his driver back to the tent. Between the time he started screaming and the time you guys got here, if I wanted revenge, I could have gotten it.
Where's the driver? He's still laying in his bivouac. He hasn't moved.
Yeah, I'm going to point and he's passed out.
They're gonna
Question:
go. What's your question? Go ahead.
How far is Junior's tent from this guy?
Not far. Like, I think it was 3 wagons apart.
Like, so I could sprint over, drop off the staff, and
You could.
kind of sprint partway back to drop the invisibility.
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
So that'll take you a moment though. So there's some interrogation going on. So you can sprint over there, toss the staff into the tent, and like start hurrying back, uninvised. I'm assuming, because it wouldn't do well if you just showed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be heading back. Like, what is going on? Because I did help her take the driver back.
That's fine. Just give it a minute. So one of the guards is like, wake him up, and they're gonna basically kick the driver and be like, hey, hey, wake up, buddy. And they're gonna try to get him to wake up. One of them is like gonna move over to you and it's like, ma'am, and like ask for the dagger.
I mean, I'm gonna hand it over. I'm not trying to start a fight.
Right. So yeah, so they take that. He will like basically get himself out of the tent, and you could see he's looking around in a panic. He's like, I think I've been robbed. They're like, excuse me? Yes. Wait. And he's like looking looking around real quick. Like, because he's trying to make, he just woke up and he's trying to make sense of all this.
Mm-hmm.
About this time, Bade will actually show up. And it's like, and a songbird will come around the corner. It's like, what's going on?
What is going on? Why is he yelling? What is going on?
Quick save before we fight the merchant guards and the jerk. So Bade will come over and he says, you left to take that idiot back? What happened? I just heard screaming and I came over and then I saw Jinia, like, fighting a tent. Why are you fighting a tent, Jinia?
Nunya?
I mean, Nunya.
Her
Sorry.
name is Nunya.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
Remember,
Yes.
Nunya win.
Yes. It's like, why are you fighting a tent? What's going on here? Did this man assault you? The guards are like, now calm down, sir. We're handling this. He's like, well, I need my waitress back. I have to clean up. Like, look, the guy's there. I don't understand. What happened?
Bade, his tent collapsed. And so I was cutting him loose because he was screaming like a little girl.
Oh, I did hear the screaming like a little girl. One of the guards is like, yeah, I heard it too. And the other one like elbows him real quick. The merchant seems like he's insulted. The guy on the ground finally wakes up. He's like, what? What? I'm sleeping. Oh, my head. Why is this all going on? It's like, sir, do you know this woman? He was like, yes. No. Why? Did I do something wrong? Songbird, you're there as well. And they're like, well...
Yeah, I'm like... I'm here like...
Go ahead. Oh, you're just standing there
like what is
Okay.
Like, I was here with her. I just left to go back after dropping off him. What is going on?
Well, yes, sir. They look at the merchant. What is going on here? He's like, well, I don't know. It's like his driver's like, can I go back to sleep? And they're like, do you know these two women? He's like, well, she's the waitress, and she's one of the people in the caravan guards with the mutes. And it's like, yes. Did they help you come home? He says they might have, or that could have just been a really good dream. I'm not sure. I'm drunk. And it's like, Bade...
Well, Bade saw us leave with him.
Right. So they're kind of like looking at him. They look back at you. Bade's like, they didn't have time. It's like, can I claim my people here? Come along, ladies. Guards, deal with this whining. It must have been a nightmare. And they're like, okay, we're gonna let this go. It's like, what about my tent? What about my... What? Oh.
Yes.
I know what you did. I don't know how you did it, but I know what you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll be watching you.
So I'm just gonna lean over to Jinya. It's like, you better be careful on how he means that.
I mean, he can watch me all he wants.
That's not what I meant.
He said
That's
he
not
never
what I
stole
mean.
it, therefore we didn't steal it back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he's come close to saying it a couple of times, but he's caught himself. So, he's basically acknowledging, okay, you win this one, but he'll watch you, like, walk away with Bade. Bade's like, one day you two are going to tell me what the hell that was all about. But right now, you need to go back to work. My lady?
Yes, sir.
I hope everything May I escort you back to your tent?
Actually, since I stole Songbird for for a little while, I'm gonna go help her
Yeah,
clean
win.
up because otherwise it's gonna be a really late night.
So
Ooh, I do
he
appreciate it.
he's like, oh, that's most kind of you. But you can see he's disappointed, and he gives Songbird like a.
I'm gonna lean over and it's like, you get to see her for a longer period of time and chat with her.
You could also help.
Yes, that's a wonderful idea. But
Mhm.
and you guys will go back to the tavern and help clean up. Nobody's there at
Mhm.
this point, so most everyone has gone to bed. Roz, you will come back to camp. One of the Roz boys will report to you that some guy had a nightmare and just his tent attacked them. There was a
Is it
tent
Daniel?
attack. Yeah, it's Daniel.
There's an
All right.
unprovoked tent attack.
Yeah, it was an unprovoked tent attack. We don't understand what happened or why it turned on him, but it did.
Roz is kind of gonna grab him by the shoulder and kind of lead him out into away from the fires. Um, Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, it is no problems here. I just know that Karen has had you on. It seems like more watches than that you deserve. Roz just wanted to let you know that you are doing a fantastic job, even though you never hear it from her.
Oh,
She demands this more and more.
so he will take the compliment like you just handed him like 10 grand. His eyes get all like glittery and wet, and he's just like, that 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 means so much to me, sir. Thank you.
Well, just don't let the pressure of that one to get under your skins. Okay, you do fantastic work. You lead your men very well, and I Roz believes you have their respect. So keep up the good work, and thank you for all you do.
He's gonna get a little pride, look to him like stiff lip, and just gonna give you like a salute. He says, "Thank you, sir. I'll make you
Yes,
proud." And he's
you already have. Thank you for doing what you do. And with that, he's gonna carry on heading. Well, he's coming from the south now, so he will go
yeah,
back to his wagon after he kind of looks at all the commotion that just happened. The tent, the flat tent, and the other guy standing there looking at it. So, but he'll go on to his caravan.
okay. You had. Why are you shushing me? Why are you shushing me?
Not you.
Oh, who are you shushing?
Really?
Oh, the angle seemed off. I didn't get it. Okay. Anyway, all right. So Raj, you go back to your tent. Vero, Elios, you two are sitting in your tent. You see Songbird kind of run in. Well, actually, you don't see Songbird. You see the tent flap fly open. All of a sudden, a staff appears in the air and like hits the ground next to you, and then Songbird appears and runs out.
I was worried that the flying staff had just like clonked Elios on the side of the head.
No, it just kind of rolls on the floor. It's like she didn't throw it at him. I don't think she did.
I'll just look at Elias and be like, "It's been here the whole time."
Things are happening, and I don't understand.
Oh, this is the staff that she apparently lost. Or if we saw Songbird, then I'd be like, I guess Songbird took it as a joke.
How that became the thing? Okay. Anyway,
Only person I saw it in possession other than Ginya's was Songbird, so it
That's
only makes
fair, but
sense.
I
damn.
do feel like that would be the conclusion he would come to.
and you know
Yeah.
what? I'm starting to think that too. All right. So the rest of the night will be these two going, interesting. Drinking tea. Roz, you go back to basically finally get some sleep. Songbird and Jinia, you will finish cleaning up, hanging out with Bade. Bade will actually like sing a song, trying like it was a good night, all things considered. So he's happy it was a profitable night, and he will sing a song. Um, the next day, the rumors will be going around how so and so was his tent attacked him, and the story will actually become like, was it a mimic? Like, no, I think we had a nightmare, and luckily, Nunya and Win were there to save him. That's gonna be basically what like circulates around, and they're like, wait, was it really a mimic? I think so. Like literally, everybody thinks his tent was a mimic that attacked him.
And I will do nothing to dissuade them of that thought.
I've,
Anytime anybody brings it up in my presence, I'll just kind of give them a little bit of side eye and go, I must have been. I don't know.
He definitely though is, you know, he every time he sees you, Ginny, he's going to scowl at you because you have bested him and he can't say anything about it.
Yep.
Other than that, the only thing is, Roz, again, like I said before, you do see the copper-haired girl every now and then lingering around Ginny's tent.
Okay.
Or Vero's tent. When they're traveling, she's kind of constantly looking back to see what Vero is up to. Vero, you still wearing the getup?
Yes, I feel like I'm being punished and told to wear it if I try to walk outside without it.
Well, you got to do your regular job, which is, walking next to the wagons or riding on the wagons. So,
I mean, I guess riding on the wagon with it isn't a huge thing. Walking would be a nuisance.
every now and then he trips. It's like, I hate this. All right. But yeah, for the most part, that's like over the next few days, all of you will notice that she is eyeing Vero. Even when he's wearing the thing, she figured out which one he is. She's eyeing him, watching him, and in turn, watching any of you that interact with him. So Elios, you've caught her attention as well. Ginia, obviously, the two brothers, and her look has gone from like shock and horror to more like conniving. Over the course of a few days. And I think that is where we're going to leave it tonight.
Oakley dokley.
It's a little bit earlier.
Hmm.
All right. So,
Dun,
you
dun,
guys,
dun.
like tonight, it was kind of vague, but you guys covered about 10 days tonight.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So, you are a week. Hold on, let me look at the calendar. Yeah, you would be
And
on.
just-
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
You're like on day 12. So the second day of flame roll. Or the 12th day of flame roll. Second day of the week is what I meant to say. Okay?
Okay. And Ginia will have commissioned like a holster for her back for the quarterstaff, so that it's always on her if she's up and around.
Okay. Yeah, you can make like one of those like almost like a sword sheet, but for the staff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you could do something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, and then when we pick up again, you're a few days out from Long Saddle, which is like the next major stop along the way. You will stop at the way in, which if anybody played the original Baldur's Gate, wait, am I thinking the right name? Anyway, you'll be stopping at the way in. It's an inn along the way. It's basically a stone-in fortification with an inn inside of it, so it might be the first time you get to stay indoors. As you get further north, more little hamlets and cities will be cropping up along the way. So you'll be traveling in farmland, not as dangerous, but you still have a couple of days before you get to that spot. And then from there, you figure maybe a half a week to get to Long Saddle. So you guys are only about a week and a half away from Waterdeep, which is like your destination. The wagons have not like suddenly disappeared. They haven't like shown any, other than their grouping. They haven't given any indication that they're going to leave, but I know the suspicion is there. But you have noticed they have started interacting with each other a little bit more. Like when they first started out, they stayed separate. They didn't talk to each other. Now they talk to each other a little bit. And by watching, you have figured out which one is probably the leader of all three wagons. Very large human with a full red beard. Again, they wear like a lot of cloaks and coverings as well. They kind of look like Helios, except they're humans or humanoids. But yes, this is a big fellow, fairly burly, big red beard, wearing a fur cap.
So they're being led by Paul Bunyan.
Yes. Close enough. I was actually thinking the leader of the people beyond the wall in
Yeah.
in Game of Thrones. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know who you're thinking of, but I can't think of his name either.
Yeah, but him. I was thinking of him when I was describing him. So, all right. That being said, like I said, when we return, you guys have maybe 2 weeks left of this trip, and we'll see what happens from there.
All right.
And then we get to Waterdeep, which is going to be so much fun because I know Waterdeep. So many things happen in Waterdeep.
Are we going to visit the ship's prow?
No, absolutely not. There'll be no visiting. All right, I'm gonna find somebody to raid. Would you guys like to, since 3 of you are full-time streamers now, would you like to give your outros? We could start with Ginia and then Roz and then Swanberg. We'll just go from left to right. So go ahead, Ginia. While I look for somebody to raid, tell all these people how to find you, follow you, and do all the things. Also, their names are in the bottom, so you can just kind of click it and follow.
Yep, I'm Foxy Project. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I stream mostly survival crafting games. I just started the new 7 Days to Die yesterday. I'm loving it. So that's what I'll be doing. And I start streaming at 7 p.m. Central Time, usually every day, but Sunday, Monday. And that's me.
I'm Loco1956. I'm fairly new at streaming, probably under a month now, but I stream War Thunder on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It is a combat simulation tank / air superiority game, and my times are 3 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. And you can do the math on the other time zones. Come visit me and make fun of me.
Oh, no one makes fun of you.
Make fun of myself.
Nope.
We should make fun of him.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
more fun if he
you-
makes fun of himself.
If he does it himself, it's fine. No, you will not.
All right.
Anyway,
So
hi.
Oh, good. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Lady Magdala, mainly known as Lady M, a variety streamer here. I try to do my afternoon streams. Work has been getting in the way, but I usually do those around 11 a.m. Central Time for kind of a lunchtime leisure gaming. And then the evenings, Tuesdays and Thursdays, now it's going to be every Thursday, I will be here with Havoc_RPG, Local 1956, and Rhinosaurus X doing, let's see, we have Tyranny of Dragons on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, we have Dragonlance and Vecna, alternating on that. And then on my Saturday evenings, 10 p.m. Central Time, I am over on Insomnia Night RPGs doing Call of Cthulhu, Shadows on the Orient Express. 1920s horror with Call of Cthulhu. And we've been a little delayed with some things happening with life, but as soon as we pop in, it will be a big boss fight. So maybe this Saturday I'll actually lose my sanity.
Die.
I don't know,
Alright.
chat saved me last time. So
Yes, they need to stop doing that. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, welcome in, Raiders. I'm pretty sure most of you were either here before, but if you're not, hi, welcome in. I hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to go over our raid Gandalf 421. They're D&D with friends. So go show them some love. I don't know how long they've been doing it. They look fairly new. So let's go over and say hi. And hopefully I'll see all of you back here on Thursday. Until then, say goodnight, everyone.
Good night,
good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.